I think my mom maybe liked grouping us together, like that you were a model for her.
Wow.
You know, and like there was, she associated us all the time to me.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I have a daughter who, since the time she was little, everybody says she looks like you, and she still gets that probably weekly.
I wonder what it is in the universe that has a common thread with you and I do think it's more than like, oh, we just happen to be in the same profession at a young age.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how all this stuff works, but, you know, I think there is something. I think I have something in a past life with Steve Martin. You know, I don't know why, but it's just like he's crossed my path many times, and I don't know, there's just something weird about it. Not explain it.
Have you talked to him about this, or like?
Well, I was actually on his Twilight Theater a long time ago, but he wouldn't remember me, and I saw it at a restaurant, and I was totally geeking out. And I just went up to him and said, I think you are the ultimate man. You're funny, you're deep, you're talented. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm totally geeking out here. But I own it. He's my celebrity crush for sure.
Steve Martin is the number one. Like,
okay.
He is, he's everything.
He's everything.
You have just made such an impact on my life. When you came here with Nancy and Mindy, Joe and Natalie, I didn't realize how much I loved and related to Facts of Life, because there wasn't like traditional parents. And you know, in the 70s and 80s, like that was TV. It was really like, oh, G. Willikers' dad, and very wholesome and very family oriented. And that was not the picture of my home. And to see these young girls raising each other, raising themselves, living this more independent lifestyle, all under the tutelage of Mrs. Garrett, which made it safe, I didn't realize, I'd never put the two together about the independence of those girls and why that show meant so much to me, because I was very independent and working and raising myself, and my mom and I kind of lived separate lives. And I mean, whoa, what a groundbreaking show.
Now I realize what a privilege it was to play Blair, and even the difficult things. Like, I went through puberty on television. I gained 20 pounds during the teenage years. There was a lot of judgment about that. There was a lot of pressure about looking a certain way, especially because of my character. And they just said, hey, look, we hired you to play this beautiful character and you're gaining weight. You either need to lose the weight or lose the job. And it wasn't until I got older when I realized, oh, what a gift it was to the young women out there that there was a character who looked a little bit more like them, but was still confident. And it was something that we hadn't planned, but I'm so grateful in hindsight.
We watched you grow up and go through those changes, and it made us feel seen and not alone, because it is hard. I have an 11-year-old and a 10-year-old. What's your advice to me as a mom raising two daughters?
I would say, you know this, we're all individuals. And so to trust that who your daughters are supposed to be, they already are. They just need to be supported to grow into that. They don't need to be, like a plant, they don't need to be told how to grow. They need to have the environment that they can grow into who they already are, because it's already in them, and it's already beautiful. And so many times, I think in the past, parents were told to shape their children. I don't think so. I think parents are supposed to create an environment that they can become who they already are, and really trust that.
I mean, how do you trust it will be okay?
Come on, Drew. Look at yourself. What you've gone through, and who you are, and how you're influencing and impacting people for good. That was because of everything you went through. And you are who you are. So if there's any way to question why you can trust, just look at your own life. Look at your own heart. Look at who you are and the impact you're having on millions of people.